about three. Start over.
This is Ring the Damn Bell, your weekly shot of Sixers news, stories, and heartbreak. Let's go trust the neighbors.
Welcome to Ring the Damn Bell for episode 4. A lot of fun last night. Actually attended the game. It was Veterans Day. Got my Veterans Day hat on that they gave us at the entrance.
Nice free hat. It looks good.
It's free. Yeah, free is good. It's always
the
good.
The perks come with those tickets, huh?
It does, yeah. Exciting game last night. Nice big win over the Celtics. Hey, have I ever told you how much I hate the Celtics?
You hate the Celtics?
I do. I hate them.
Never heard that before.
I hate them with a passion. I do not like Derrick White. I hope Derrick White's watching. I don't like you. Just understand that's not like out of respect because you're a freaking good player. But Jaylen Brown, he was tough last night.
As usual.
Kelly Oubre did shut him down for a good part of the night.
Kelly Oubre shut him down, but we can go through the game. But I want to give a quick shout out to our Philadelphia homegrown Justin Edwards. Justin Edwards played at Emotep, which was in West Oak Lane section in Philadelphia. Fun fact, the church I went into the late 80s and 90s was in West Oak Lane.
Nice. So
Justin Edwards, I went to the church near where you grew up.
A little connection, Justin. So you need to come on the podcast and talk to us about
Shout out to all the people I went to church with back then at West Oak Lane Church. You guys remember. We played football in front of the church.
Yeah. Well, look, it was great. You know, Justin Edwards took us out of the doldrums there, came in, gave us a little spark there in the fourth quarter, hit 3 threes in a row. We were down 8, put us up by 1. And, man, what a spark he provided.
I mean, you said he hit 3 threes in a row to get us back in the game, and then he missed that last 3.
He did.
But, man, could that bounce have been over? It went right to Oubre. KO.
It was great. Kelly, we're going to talk about Kelly Oubre too, man. What a putback, being in the right place, the right time. We've talked about Kelly pretty much every week, but this guy's been a monster, and he's a monster on defense, and you know, he's just really maturing into just a phenomenal basketball player.
When the season first started, they would have VJ on the best players of the opposing team. Now it's Kelly.
Yeah. So, Kelly's always taking. You know, he was on Jaylen Brown all night. Jaylen Brown, obviously, he had a rough night until the fourth quarter. He kind of lit up in the fourth quarter, but I'll tell you what, Jaylen Brown, as much as guy's unstoppable. You know, he penetrates into the paint. Although, you know, he does that little fadeaway, and it's money. I'll tell you what, Jaylen Brown, every time he pushes off, and he never gets the call.
I see that yesterday in one of the major plays of the game that came down to the wire, and he pushed off, and they didn't call it.
No, I think I texted you right then and there where I said, because in full speed, I said, well, they're not going to reverse this. This is a foul on Maxey.
Right.
But when they played the relay, he pushed off Maxey, and I thought the replay explanation was a little bullshit.
Listen, when it's ever the Sixers versus Celtics, we know the refs are on their side. It's like we have to be perfect, near perfect, to win these games. I mean, the Celtics are a very good team. We know for the last so many years they've been top of the league. But those refs.
I'll tell you, it was, you know, there was a disparity there. And I know I'm a homer, and I'm certainly prejudiced. But, yeah, I think that they get the benefit of a lot of calls. And I'll tell you who does not get any calls yet is VJ.
Well, he's a rookie. Rookies don't get calls.
And Maxey, I think, is still stricken by the Philadelphia curse. He doesn't get the calls either. There are so many times the guy gets mauled, and he doesn't get the call.
I think sometimes when you're one of those players where your game is going into the thick of things, then maybe not the calls go your way all the time.
Maxey had a tough night. I mean, he finished 21, 5, and 9. But I'll tell you what, he had trouble penetrating. I mean, you know, Boston plays good defense. They stayed in front. They doubled him quite a bit. He did do a nice job. After 9 assists, did a nice job of getting the ball to the open man. And obviously that last play where he kicked the ball out to Justin Edwards for the wide open 3 after hitting 5 in a row.
Right.
And then obviously it's tough to hit 6 in a row, but very fortunate that.
The one thing you can say about Mazzulla is that he's going to have the Celtics ready, right?
They're ready.
He's a good coach. He's obviously a very good coach, and their game plan was to trap Maxey, and our unsung hero stepped up like Justin Edwards.
And I'll tell you what, let's not forget Andre Drummond. Drum had a big game. You know, he had 14, 9, 13 rebounds, 33 minutes. He had the big defensive stop there. Not stop, but he knocked the ball out of Derrick White's hands at the end, which really, you know, they had the ball. I think they have 16 seconds. They get the ball.
When I saw Derrick White lose the ball, back paddle to get the ball, and he's looking frantic, I was we don't see this enough. It was so good to see.
It was great. I mean, usually, you know, how many times do you see that scenario when it's Boston? They sent,
We're usually on the other end of that.
We're usually on the other end of that. We were up by 4, and Derrick White hit that almost logo 3, brought him back to within 1. And I'm like, here we go. Derrick White shot that shot. He looked so confident, like as if, we know we're going to win. We know we're going to win. It was that Boston swagger. It pisses me off. I hate the Celtics.
You're hating on Boston more than I usually do.
I am. I hate the Celtics and I hate the Knicks. But
you're the number one Boston hater this week.
I was so happy we won that game last night.
That was an amazing game.
It was a great game, yeah.
But you know what's the interesting fact? That you mentioned Drummond and he's backing down Derrick White.
Yeah.
Did you know that the Sixers are number one in the league in blocks?
I know. But block parties.
It's a block party, but they don't have one player in the top 5.
That's amazing.
So you have Bona and you have Drummond leading it. Then you have the rest of the team stepping up.
I know, it's amazing. What's really interesting is it seems like every game somebody else steps up, right?
I keep telling you, every single game there's a new unsung hero.
Yeah.
People are always just stepping up. It's a very gritty team.
We're 7-4. Kind of mid.
Wait. Can you also tell me the Celtics record?
Oh, I think they're 5-7.
Oh, 5-7. So Sixers are 7-4.
I know that they are below 500. I looked. I think they're 5-7. I have to look.
5-7.
They're 5-7. I was correct. It's very nice to see them below us in the standings. I
mean, without Tatum, they're kind of showing what they're worth, aren't they?
They are. So let's talk about, obviously we're still, Joel did not play, kind of a late scratch there. And, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But I've said this all over and over again. And Paul George, we kind of thought he might have played last night, but now he's pushed back. We'll talk about that a little bit more.
I want to ask you about that. I texted you out of frustration the other day, and I said, when is Paul George playing? And you said, he's slated to start 11-11 Boston Celtics.
November 11th was on the injury report, and then now it's changed to November 14th. But Joel and Paul George are now game time decisions for Friday. So I don't know if that means
is it Derrick Barlow or Dominic Barlow?
Dominic Barlow. Did I say Derrick?
You said Derrick.
Dominic Barlow. So I'm sorry. He's a two-way player, so it's okay. So
Dominic Barlow. What's going on with your boy Dominic Barlow?
Well, I think he's got some kind of exotic disease. I mean, the guy.
You an exotic disease, but no, I will say it right. They said elbow laceration. Then you don't hear anything else.
How long is it?
How long does it take for a laceration? There's no official grade out there.
Did he partially cut his arm off? I mean,
there's no official grade out there on the doctors for these teams, but it is well known around the league that the Sixers medical staff, they're down there. And not just in terms of people being injured. They're bottom of the league.
Oh, down there. Yeah.
They're the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
And not just the medical stuff they do, it's also the communication.
Yeah.
We never know what's going on with these players. It's always a mystery.
It's always cloak and dagger. Hey, a couple other things about the game. Let's talk about Quentin Grimes. I mean, Quentin Grimes had 18 points. He finished with 18, 6 and 4 in 28 minutes. He's scoring adequately. He's hitting some key shots, but the guy's out of control sometimes. I think he tries to go so fast. His ball handling is I don't know if it's suspect. He's very athletic, but he tends to just kind of crazily dash into the paint. A lot of turnovers. What are your thoughts? Are you a Quentin Grimes fan or?
I am a fan. He steps up a lot of times, but I mentioned this in one of the podcasts previously that is a contract year, and I think he's trying to prove it.
That's true. I think that's a good point.
I think he's trying to do too much. He is valuable at times, and other times he's hurting us. So you got, I guess, one of these situations, you take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
But he needs to stop trying to be the hero every other play.
I think that's a good way to put it. He's trying to be the hero, and he's making some mistakes at times. He's been clutch in quite a few situations, but he also, every time he kind of goes out of control, I get nervous, and there are a lot of turnovers. But anyway, he's earning the 8.7, I guess.
Yep.
But we'll see. Jared McCain. I said to you last night when we were at the game, and I said, I love Jared McCain. I loved him last year. I loved watching him last year, but every time he touched the ball, he was getting stripped. He's getting the ball knocked out. He didn't even look like an NBA player last night. And I think he's really struggling. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think Jared McCain's going to be fine. He's just got to, look, he's coming off of a serious knee injury, pretty serious thumb injury. He just isn't back in game shape yet. But he had another really rough night. He hasn't scored a point yet this year. And so, his timing is off. His speed is off. He's being stripped on offense. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I know you're a big Jared McCain fan. I mean, you.
Yeah. I mean, he just needs more time to get back into it, I guess. I'm not sure. Was last year a lucky year because the team was just decimated and he got to get to go in there and kind of show himself off. And now we're a little more loaded this year, so he's not getting that time. I don't think that's it. I just think he needs to get back into the rhythm of it, but I'm a little worried. Maybe he's not the player we thought, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he showed some flashes. He certainly was leading Rookie of the Year candidate last year before he went down. It just hasn't, none of that's materialized yet this year. Let's hope it comes back because there was a lot of hopes. As we talk about being guard heavy, he was part of that. But anyway, another stat that I really liked last night that I think I mentioned prior. whenever the Sixers play the Celtics, I said I think the Celtics get injections that allow them to shoot the lights out from beyond the arc, and they always just crazily kill us from three. You know, we outshot them from three last night, and we shot 38.9% to their 34.2%, and it was just nice to see that. Now, they hit some key threes towards the end. I think they were very, very cold in the beginning of the game. They came back, got a little better in the fourth quarter. But I know you have something you want to say about this because...
no, I just saw a stat that I was surprised that the Sixers were top of the league for 3-point percentages.
They are, yeah. It's kind of amazing. So we'll see. You know what's interesting about our rivalry with the Celtics? We played them 3 out of the 4 times already. We don't play them again until March. You know, we played 3 games. You know what the difference in point total is out of those 3 games so far?
Tell me.
2 points. So we won 1 by 1, lost 1 by 1, and we won 1 by 2. If you look at 3 games, it's 327 to 325. I mean, that's amazing how close every game has come down to the buzzer. You know,
it has, and it's been very exciting. I'm glad that we finally have a team that we're excited to watch again.
Yeah. But again,
last year, there was no reason to be excited to watch. This year, there's excitement.
You know, it's interesting, too, as we go to the games. Last year, we left at halftime so many times. We haven't left a game until the final buzzer at all this year. Every game we've been to, it's been exciting. I was I was pretty nervous last night. In the fourth quarter, but somehow we're finding a way to win. But why, Sanoj? Is it the big snacks at halftime or what? What is it with again, third quarter we lost it by 13 points again. Why does that happen? I mean, I think I even texted you at halftime because I think you were out doing some stuff, so you weren't home. And I texted you at halftime. I said, all right, I said, no big snacks at halftime. And you said, why? What's that mean? And I said, well, we're up by 10 at halftime. I think it's been every game. We tend to play a crappy third quarter.
I'm going to have to call Coach Nurse out again because he's finally looking like he's taking the rotations a little more serious. Like against the Toronto Raptors, that game, the rotation finally looked a little bit better. But what's absolutely stunning is the minutes our top players are playing. In all of the league, Sixers have 3 players in the top 10 minutes. Maxey's number 1, VJ's number 2, Oubre's number 3. Oubre's number 6.
That's crazy. Yeah.
The only other team that has 3 players in the top 10 are the Rockets, and that's with Durant, Sengun, and Thompson. But if you average out the minutes, our trio is playing 2 more minutes per. He's running them into the ground.
Yeah, that's crazy, and that can't go on forever. And I think I think the last couple of games, I think he's trying to work on those rotations a little bit, but those minutes have to come down, and especially with a rookie. VJ, obviously he came out, had his first game, and he's kind of cooled off. And what I say about VJ, VJ has got the athleticism. He's got the work ethic too. And I think look at Maxey 6 years ago and look where he is now. And I think VJ is going to get better. VJ is going to continue to work on his game. He's going to improve his ball handling. His ball handling is a little suspect. His jump shot's a little suspect. His finishing around the rim, I think, is a little suspect. But he's got the material and the ability to improve that. I think it's just a matter of time. I think, what do you say, in college you play, 30 games a year?
30 to 35 games a year. I think the issue is, first of all, PG's out. Joel Embiid is out. Yeah, McCain has just came back and he's not playing that well. So VJ's picking up a lot of minutes. I think Nurse's hope was put him a lot of minutes in the beginning and then ease him out when the players come back. But these players aren't coming back.
So he kind of has to play him right now.
For the basketball, true fans know the difference between a player that goes through college and that goes through the NBA. And the rookie wall is a real thing. And VJ is already hitting it, I think. You're playing almost triple everything. The amount of time you're on the road, the amount of games you're playing, and then on top of that, these are just kids. He's only 20 years old.
Yeah, you forget that sometimes, right? They are kids.
You forget that they're kids. For many of them, it's the first time they're living on their own. That's a mental load on its own. Just figuring out how to live on your own for the first time. Yeah, at college, you with your buddies and the coach and all that stuff, but this is the first time you're in a major city by yourself. You have your teammates, but they have to figure all that out. And now they're back at the practice all day, and they're doing intensive film study. Stuff they probably didn't do too intense in college.
It's their full-time job now. But again, I'm not worried about VJ. I think he has the maturity. He has the work ethic. Got the raw talent to become an all-star. I really think so. The guy, from an athleticism standpoint, he's got to be one of the top 2 or 3 in the league. I mean, the guy tends to hover.
He's up there.
He just tends to, it almost like he defies gravity. There's a song about that, I think. But he's got the ability. I think he's going to be fine. But he's a rookie. And how many rookies Rookies don't come in and average 34 points a game. It's not going to happen. And you look at a player like Maxey, how he's matured. He's matured over the years. Maxey had a tough game last night. They doubled him all night long. He still finished with 21 points. And that's what great players do. Look at Joel. Joel's having a year where he's playing 20, 22 minutes a game, 23 minutes a game. He had that one game, the first game was 4 points, but he's still averaging over 20 points almost 20 points a game. That's what a transformational player does, and that's what I think VJ can become. But it's going to take him time. It's going to take him time to mature. So anyway, that's Celtics. So we got the Pistons coming up again on Friday, and Pistons are leading the East. I think they've won 7 in a row now. What do you think? Tobias is still out. He's out on
Mr.
on
Crumble
Friday.
Cookie.
Yeah, so I know you're Mr. Crumble Cookie. So we're not gonna have his not being able to finish at the rim advantage on Friday. But what do you think about Friday's game? I know they're a tough team. They're very physical.
It's going to be a very tough game to win. Detroit looks like the real deal. I have a thing about putting hate on the Celtics, putting hate on the Knicks, Cowboys, all that. But Detroit's a hard team to hate. They're a very gritty city like Philadelphia and a gritty team. And I don't know how you can hate on that. Cade Cunningham is proving to be the truth. Even when he started in the league, it was a lot of turmoil, but you could always tell he held his head up. He kept the team together, and he's moving forward. Yeah. That dunk he had on Drummond, that was nasty. I mean, the kid's real. So, I think Cunningham's the real deal.
He is, yeah.
That team, I think they can make some noise in the East because the East is looking kind of weak, even though the Knicks is coming on strong again. I do think if the Pistons stay healthy, they can make some noise in the East.
Yeah, I think so too. So it was a tough loss. So let's talk about the game we did play. The game we played against them last Sunday. We lost by 3. A game we should have won when you go into halftime leading by 10. But again, third quarter again. You lose third quarter by 13 points.
There's a reason they're top of the East.
There is. So we'll see. It's going to be a physical game. Whether Joel plays
while
on
we're
Friday.
talking top of the East, I do want to touch on the Chicago Bulls. When we talked about the game last week, I kept saying pump your brake on the Bulls. They lost 3 in a row since we played them. I knew who they are. Yeah. Remember when they had DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Alex Caruso, and they were top of the league, and everyone thought they were great. Just wait, they're going to come down.
There was talk about Caruso coming to Philly.
I don't know what he would have done here. He needs to be on a very solid team, like OKC.
Darren's tough, but we'll see. Friday's going to be a tough game. We'll see. If Joel plays, I think he's going to stick to his minutes restriction, especially after this scare here with his right knee. Whether
I think they're downplaying it. I think we have to be pretty concerned about this. It's not even his injured knee.
Yeah.
So he's putting more weight on his right knee to compensate for his left knee, and now he has right knee soreness. That's not just going to go away.
Yeah, I know. We'll see. And we also played the Raptors. A few days before that.
Was that the triple double?
That was Trendon's triple double, and the Raptors are just not a very good team.
They're solid. Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram and all them, they're a good team, but they might be running into a wall themselves at the moment.
Yeah, they are. Where are they? They're right now sitting at 6 and 5. So they're not. I guess they're not that bad. We took care of business. We play them again next Wednesday, and that'll be. And we're going to be at that game, and we'll see what happens there. So now just talk about Joel's injury or whatever it may be, but obviously after practice he had some slight swelling in the right knee, not the left knee, not the knee he had surgery on. He had the imaging done. He's now day to day. There's no, according to Nick Nurse and his comments, there's no structural damage to the knee. So I think they're being just very, very cautious here. But how concerning is that to you that he's already we're 11 games into the season, and he had time to rest now. He had several days to rest, didn't play the back-to-back. And now he's out again because of some knee swelling. What are your thoughts there?
I'm very concerned for one reason, because if you told me this a week and a half ago, I wouldn't have cared. It's like, whatever, this is Joel. But then that game, very recently, looked like he was coming back. The one word that we have to use for Embiid's game is even when he's not 100%, when he's even at 75%, he's so savvy. Yeah. He is the savviest player out there. He's injured, he's hobbling, and he's still getting his points. He's still moving around after his initial slow start. I was just like, the way he moves, people can't keep up with him. The bigs can't keep up with him. They're at 100%. He's at maybe 60%, and he's still getting his numbers, and he's faking them, and he's doing really well. And I thought, okay, maybe we will get 85, 90% Joel back at some point this season. Look, okay, we have some hope. And then you hear this, and it's not even his injured knee. It's his other knee.
Yeah.
So
We'll
I don't know.
You know what concerns me? You know what really concerned me about him missing that game is that it was a nationally televised game. He was out, and he had rest. He was out for and you'd think that for a nationally televised game, he'd be out there. Maybe I'm making something out of nothing, but we'll see how it goes. Like you said, he's day to day. He's a game time decision on Friday, and we'll see how that lays out. Also for Friday, Darren and Cade Cunningham are also game time decisions. But I think I said for them that means they're going to play. For us, it means they might not play. I mean, it's just the dichotomy of game time decisions when you see it in the.
Did they say why? Is it like load management or?
For who? Those guys?
Yeah.
No, I just looked at the report. I don't know why I didn't. Paul George. So Paul George was listed on the injury report to come back on the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
They pushed it back to I guess it says the 14th. It's a game time decision for Friday as well. They're saying that he's going to be reevaluated this week. They want to do more strength work to reinforce his calf and stuff like that.
As much as I hate to admit it, we need him. We need his defense. We need perimeter defense.
We do, and I watched a little bit of his podcast.
I think with Maxey and VJ and Oubre and the players we have right now, they can open up the floor, and it might give Paul George some room to operate in.
It could. I watched a little bit of. He had VJ on his podcast, his Monday's podcast this week, and I saw a little bit of it. Just a few clips, and he was talking about hey, like he wants to be out there scrapping and fighting through picks.
He's not going to say I want to stay at home.
But he's not. But he said, I'm bored. And I think
he's bored with Philadelphia. He's Mr. LA. He wants to be in LA.
Could be.
He's got to earn his paycheck, so he's here.
Yeah, could be. Well, let's hope you're wrong.
But
anyway.
In the beginning of the season, I wasn't even thinking about him. I don't want him, whatever. He's Paul George. He lost hard. But looking at what the team is right now, he can help.
He can, and if he comes back with any kind of,
we're horrible on defense, and he's kind of known as a 3-and-D guy. We need his defense.
I hear you. Well, anyway, so coming up this week, we got the Pistons, the Clippers, and then the Raptors. Next week, we normally film on Wednesdays, drop episodes on Thursdays. Next week, we're going to film on Thursday, drop on Friday, because we do have tickets to the Raptors game next Wednesday.
I'm traveling next week.
We are going to record on Thursday, and we'll drop on Friday, and we'll also preview the Bucks game, which we have. We have a back-to-back Wednesday, Thursday. We play the Raptors on Wednesday, then the Bucks on Thursday, which should be an interesting game. So we can preview that game. And also next week, we have a guest on. I think I've told you about this a little bit, Sanoj.
Yep.
AC Mike from Atlantic City. Mike is actually a lifelong friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Mike and I go back. We went to high school and grade school together. Actually played basketball together in grade school. Mike was a tremendous athlete in high school, captain of the football team, state wrestling champion, basketball. I mean, the guy did everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to have Mike. He's become somewhat of a celebrity in Atlantic City. He's kind of the ambassador to Atlantic City. He's AC Mike. He's got an incredible social media following.
He has his own radio show.
Has his own radio show, actually local TV show.
You just told me, who did he just interview?
He just interviewed Tony Danza today, and it was actually yesterday. Really good interview. Kind of excited to have Mike on the show.
I'm going to do my Tony Danza impression for Mike. I got one.
You got one?
Everyone wait till next week. I got a Tony Danza impression.
Oh, Mike, if you're going to see this, Sanoj is going to do an impression for you. But anyway, actually, Mike told me today he's going to actually meet Tony doing his cabaret show in Atlantic City. Tomorrow, Mike's going to meet him after the show, and I guess spend a little bit of time with him.
So we're going to have Tony on the show also.
Well, I don't think we're going to have Tony on the show, but we'll definitely have Mike. Mike's a great guy. I think you'll love him. So excited to have AC Mike on the show next week. Actually, AC Mike and I are going to go to the basketball game together on Wednesday night. So hopefully if we get a Raptors win, Mike and I can do a little bit of a, hey, we'll sing the song together. So we'll see. But yeah, real excited to have AC Mike on the show next week. And hopefully we have a good week here with maybe 3 or 4 wins too. So we're mid-pack Eastern Conference playing decent we haven't been blown out, which is kind of nice. Other than the Cleveland game where we didn't play.
We're
really
hanging
well.
in there, but then we also have a thing that we haven't beat a winning team, I think.
No, that's a problem. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll
see.
see.
I guess we haven't played a lot of winning teams either. But
yeah, we haven't played a lot. But you know what? If you think about it, Sanoj, before we sign off, let's in the beginning of the season, based on our roster, and where do you think where would you have said we wind up in the Eastern Conference? Would we be a 5th seed, a 6th seed?
No,
or would we be a play-in team?
Bottom of a play-in team. I didn't even think that.
You thought we'd be that low? I thought we were legitimately a 5 or 6 seed. because the East is, you got Halliburton out, you got Tatum out, you got kind of a down Eastern Conference. So so we'll see. Maybe I do believe if we stay healthy and Paul George comes back, any semblance of what Paul George was, Joel comes back and gets better throughout the season, then I think we have a good chance of having a decent seed, going into the playoffs. But we'll see. A lot of season left. 81 games in the season. We only played 11.
82 games.
82 games. Sorry, we have 41 home games. So 82 games in the season. A lot of basketball to be played. A lot of things can happen. So we'll see. But other than that I guess that'll do it for this week. For Sanoj, I'm John. This is Ring the Damn Bell. Please like and subscribe, and join us next week.